Hello students, class 9th. This is your last lesson from Beehive and in your syllabus Fear No More. This poem of 18 line has been written by William Shakespeare, but one thing more, that this poem is the extract from the long play Cymbeline, composed or written by the William Shakespeare. Means William Shakespeare has written a drama, lot of dramas, and in those lot of dramas there is one drama which name is the Cymbeline, and this line has been taken from that play. So this is the excerpt of that play, extract of that play. Very small part has been taken, extracted here from that play. Thou this whole line, whole poems of 18 line shows the universal appeal on death, shows the universal fact related to death, decay, effect of time, and other social activities, human suffering in the world, how human suffers. So this has in mentions, poet has mentioned here the universal theme. So let us start and read it. Fear no more, fear no more the heat over the sun, nor the furious winter's rages. Thou thy worldly task hast done, home art gone and taken thy wages. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers come to dust. Fear no more the frown of the great. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Care no more to clothe and eat. To thee the reed is as the oak. Thy sceptre, learning, physic must all follow this and come to dust. Fear no more the lightning flash, nor the all-dreaded thunderstone. Fear not slender's and sure rash. Thou hast finished joy and moon. All lovers young, all lovers must consign to thee and come to dust. William Shakespeare. So, poet is here in all lines only talks about the death and decay, and how after death and decay one becomes the part, immortal part and parcel of the of the nature's existence, nature's life. And for the you come to know, dear students, that the word thou, thy, hast, after that thy again, here thou, etc. Thou, all this shows that this writing belongs to the Victorian era, during the era of Shakespeare. So we shall have to read this book poem in this perspective, because here hast has the sense of has, thy, thee, thou, you, thou, thy both belong to the you. In same way others also. So let us start. Fear no more. Here poet is saying that there is no need to fear more, because we have, or one has overcome that condition, situation of fear. After that poet starts to say, thou children, for the purpose of understanding this poem we shall have to start from here. Thou thy worldly task hast done. Thou thy, thou means यद्यपि, THOUGH, thou, thy means the, तेरा, your, worldly task hast done. Worldly means related to world, task hast means has done, completed means you have done your, here thou means you have done your, you have done, has means here have done or completed, thy means your worldly task means you have completed your worldly task means now you are dead. Here to complete one's worldly task means the death, it symbolizes the death of that person. So poet is saying that you have completed your worldly tasks, and completing your age, you have gone from here and you have become part and parcel of the nature, you have become the dweller of the heaven. So poet is saying that here, talking about the character, that you have done your work of the worldly work and now you are dead here. And then after that we shall have start here. Fear no more the heat of the sun. Poet is saying that thou you have done your task, you have become the dweller of the heaven. so your soul is resting in peace. So there is no effect of some of you like the living human being, because when human being becomes alive, he fears the sun scorching, and also he fears the winter's rage, winter's adverse effect on his body. But after that there is no problem, there is no suffering from all these two objects, because all these two are the part and parcel part of the nature, and after that one also becomes the part of nature, so it becomes equal of these two. So there is no need to fear with these objects, sun and winter's rays, heat of sun and the winter's rays. And again poet says, home art gone, means you have completed your homework. Now there is no sense of the homework for you, and taken thy wage, and you have taken thy wage, you have taken your remuneration. So here poet is saying that as the laborers, workers do whole day work, and at evening after completion of their task they take their wage, their remuneration, and return to home, in same way a person after completing his whole work, after completion of his age, when goes in the lap of death, goes in the heaven. Thus this is his wage, to reach to heaven and lie there peacefully like a laborer. Golden lads and girls all must. Poet is saying that the golden lads here symbolizing the VIP people, Rajshahi, that is the palace people, and other persons and girls who live their life in very comfort way, in that way. But all these one day chimney sweepers, they follow like as a chimney sweeper goes to dust, goes in grave, in same way these golden lads and girls, means these VIP people, palace people, also kingdom people, also goes in the dust, in the grave. There is no difference in the view of the death, decay related to status of the person, all goes in the grave. Further poet says, fear no more the frown of the great. Poet is saying that never fear, don't, there is no need to fear from the anger of the great and powerful people, because you are dead, you has become part and parcel of the nature, your peace soul is lying peacefully in the heaven. So there is no need to fear from the powerful people. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke here symbolizing the tyranny and crushing of these great people. So poet is saying that now you have overcome all these tyrant strokes, because you are dead and you are dwelling in the heaven, and there is no effect of the power of these great people on you. Care no more to clothe and eat. Now you have become free from the clothing and eating, means you are lying peacefully, you have completed all your task of fooding, eating, drinking, wearing, or any other all type of worldly works, tasks, needs. You have become free from all these worldly needs. To thee the reed is as the oak. Further poet is saying that thou you are dead, so for you the oak, that is the high status, or the reed, that is the low status, both are equally. You need not to be very famous, or you need not to be very weak, you are equally status, all these have no effect on you, means on the dead person. The scepter learning physics, scepter means the pious people like saints, learning scholars, physics, uh, powerful persons, all must follow this and come to dust, means all these powerful and VIP peoples go in the lap of the grave, as a poor and weak person goes in the grave. So you have become dead, has become the part and parcel of the grave, that is the part of the nature, and his soul dwelling peacefully in the heaven. So there is no need to fear from all these. After this poet is further saying that fear no more the lightning flash, means if sky is lightning forcefully, or any sudden appearance occurs before you, then there is no need to fear you, because it will not cast on you, nor all dreaded thunder stone. Fear not slander. And further part is saying that there is no need to fear to you from your criticism, from your defamation, because you have overcome all these, you have come all above these of the worldly status. Thou hast finished joy and mourn. Poet is further saying that thou you are dead, you have finished the sense of joy and mourn, because for you there is no mean of success or failure. You have become part of nature, and joy and mourn, all these are equal, same to you. All further poet is saying that all lovers, young, all lovers must consign to thee. Consign here means follow to you. Thee means you. Poet is saying that lovers means beautiful young boys, girls, and all other beautiful person status having beautiful status one day follow you and come to dust, and in same way they will also lay in dust as you are lying here in this dust. So poet is here showing the universal appeal, universal deep theme of death, that after death how one becomes free from free and borderless from all these worldly situations, worldly sufferings. And poet is saying that time and decay, death never gives up anyone from its hook. One day it is sure that each and every one to die, so there is no need to fear from the death. There is no need to run away from the uh, time and decay, but it is our duty to live peaceful, joyfully, and being or avoiding the critical situation. We should alive live our life simultaneously, equally in joys and in sufferings both. This is the universal theme of the poet William Shakespeare. And once more, I am telling that this line has been taken from the drama Cymbeline, and this is the excerpt from that drama. Thank you.